Bitcoin hit 45,000 US dollars after breaking out of this continuation pattern, but right now the Bitcoin recovery process is sitting on 69%. So in today's video, I will talk about what this means for Bitcoin historically speaking, and I will be exactly talking about the biggest support below us, the biggest resistance ahead of ourselves, what do we want to be seeing next for Bitcoin, and many more important charts we need to discuss right now. So without any further ado, don't forget to slap that like button, back up 500 likes, and with that being said, let me jump straight away in towards the content. And of course, yesterday in the morning, of course, I discussed the symmetrical triangle on my YouTube channel, and then of course it developed. I talked about it on Twitter, and it broke out. I took a small breakout trade on it, but it had a massive breakout up to 45,000 US dollars, what is of course absolutely insane. Bitcoin is going absolutely parabolic, and the question really remains, when is this parabolic going to be ending? And I've said this several times before yesterday as well. I think it is very, very risky to necessarily short this or say now Bitcoin is going to come down, so please be very careful with that, but also to long it, because yes, if Bitcoin goes so parabolic, at some point it's going to be having a reversal, and that reversal could be quite tough as well. So this is an extremely exciting period to be trading Bitcoin, but also an extremely dangerous period. So what I want to be waiting for before opening up my next trade here is to see once again such a consolidation phase. And I took a small little long position on this breakout right here. I already closed it around 42.5k. You can see all the details on my Twitter page. So I will keep my eyes wide open on the Bitcoin charts to see if something new is going to get developed. Here on the 15-minute time frame right now, honestly, if I'm looking at Bitcoin, I think that this is going to be the level that's actually going to be probably provide the biggest support for Bitcoin. We've so far not touched it yet so far, the 43.3k level. So far we've been finding some support on this level right here, but basically Bitcoin is right now once again reaccumulating. And if we're looking about how it went yesterday, basically what we saw, okay, so this is a fake wick, this is not really what happens. So basically what we saw is that Bitcoin went up, it had a small little correction, went up even higher, then came down again. So if that were to be playing out again, we are probably going to see something like this here, and then potentially continue further on towards the upside. So let's see how it is going to be playing out here. We are then currently sitting at that important support if history were to be repeating, but right now Bitcoin is sitting on 44,000 US dollars, what is of course absolutely insane. But there is a big game changer, because here on this chart from the roots, he shows us that we're currently exactly 69% recovered from the previous bear market. We're 69% recovered right now, and usually around that 69% level, you can see it right here. You can see it right here. We got rejected, and after that the halving came. Here as well, we got rejected, and then the halving came, and then the bull market started. And right now, once again, we're sitting on that 69% level. It could be different this time around because of the Bitcoin spot ETF. Don't get me wrong. But I do want to be pointing out is that usually in these pre-bull run cycles where we're currently sitting in my opinion, people get usually too euphoric and they get fooled out. Because if Bitcoin right now gets a rejection, moves down to $30,000, you will lose literally 25% of your wealth. So it is important to understand these things here. Honestly, I personally think that if Bitcoin is really going to be breaking above $50,000, we are in a super cycle, and potentially Bitcoin could set a new all-time high before the halving. But as long as that is not happening, I will be remain to be expecting that potentially it could be just the same as the previous cycles. Because why would I assume differently right now? I just want to be pointing this out because this is literally what happened in the previous cases, and it's not that I'm a bear. And of course, I've said this several times before, I'm still 100% spot long on Bitcoin. Only for a trade, I want to be opening up a massive long position. I don't feel like this is the time to be doing it yet so far. Yesterday as well, we took out a lot of liquidity in the market while we were pushing back towards the upside. Right now, once again, we're seeing some liquidity piling up on the top side. The funding rates are a little bit positive, not super positive, so that is actually quite a good thing here. So people are longing the market, but not so aggressively like I was expecting. Then quickly looking at this will I've been talking about for the past 2 days on the channel, he remains to be buying more and more Bitcoin. And even today, he bought more than 700 Bitcoin worth an approximately 28 million US dollars. So this guy, or this will, is massively buying, even though Bitcoin is hitting levels around 40,000 US dollars, and this will almost holds 40,000 Bitcoin in his portfolio. He only needs 8 more Bitcoin. So that's pretty insane. Then yesterday on my live stream, I set up a resistance box, and that is the exact box that is currently providing us resistance. So let me quickly show you guys what I'm currently looking at. So I think that in order to predict where Bitcoin is going to go towards and where Bitcoin is going to be finding the biggest resistance, we should be looking at this previous consolidation phase right here. This is of course 2 very important levels, and I think if we are going to come down for Bitcoin, something happens, we see a small little correction towards the downside, I think that these are the 2 levels that I want to be opening long positions at. But this is the range where Bitcoin previously around got rejected from the top side, and this was also a massive resistance level. We got rejected more than 3 times in a row. So right now we're seeing that level exactly provide resistance as well. So I'm gonna be looking closely towards these levels. I think these are levels that potentially we could find some resistance at, because this is the top side from the previous range. I'm gonna keep my eyes wide open on it. And honestly, Bitcoin also created a CME gap here on the lower side. And it's quite interesting because the last time we did that, basically this was the price action. And honestly, I won't be surprised that the price action is going to be much different this time around, right? So last time around, we had this price action, we filled up the CME gap and we went up here. So here right now, I think we could see some similar price action just like we had over there. I do really think we are about to be getting some consolidation anytime soon here. And I mean, Bitcoin has been going up so quickly, so rapidly. And at some point, you're just going to get consolidation again, right? So the question remains, when are we going to be entering that consolidation range? I do think we're about to be entering it anytime soon. And such kind of a consolidation would be pretty likely, because that is usually what Bitcoin does, because this is literally what Bitcoin has done previously around once it created such price action. Further on, guys, if you want to be trading Bitcoin, make sure to go to the link description of today's video. You could claim a deposit bonus up to $40,000, and without the link in the description, it's only $400 if you go to the website directly. So it's a win-win situation. And on top of that, you can also claim a free $1,000 airdrop position. And all you need to do here is sign up an account using that campaign in the link in the description, complete KYC, deposit $100 in your first 7 days, and you could be claiming that insane $1,000 airdrop position on Bitcoin, what is of course absolutely massive. You could also claim it on Ethereum or Pepe, whatever you want. But if you're going to claim such a trade and Bitcoin does go up or down, you could even make more money from it. So if you're a good trader, or if you want to be trying out trading, you could literally try it out for free, because this is literally a free deposit bonus. So go to the link description of today's video to check it out and claim it. And if you can't trade on BYBIT on any reason, make sure to check out VMAX, because VMAX is basically the same interface as BYBIT, only you do not need to do KYC, and that is of course also super valuable. Check it out in the link description if you want to be trading over there. But going further in towards the content, the Bitcoin dominance has been increasing once again, just like we've been expecting. I think 58% to 57% is going to be my target, where I actually want to be starting to go massively in towards altcoins. So I'm going to be keeping my eyes wide open on that. And of course, Bitcoin is currently creating 8 weekly candles in a row in the green. The last time we did it was in 2017, the beginning of the bull run, what is of course a very long time ago. If we were to be confirming this would be of course a very, very bullish confirmation for the Bitcoin price action. You can see here on my historical Bitcoin resistance heat map that we're currently retesting the 43.2k. And these are basically the most important levels before we're going to hit all-time highs. And 43.2k is a kind of an important level, but 46.8k is going to be a very difficult level to be taking very seriously, so keep your eyes wide open on that one. Like you can see, currently we're at the top side of the bear market recovery phase, just like we were here in the 2019 bear market recovery phase. So why did I draw my top right here? It's because it's the 69% region, and that is usually where Bitcoin tends to be finding its resistance at. So let's see how it's going to be playing out. I want to be pointing this out because I don't want people get fooled here, because for the first time in approximately 2 or 3 years, my friends are starting to text me again. Should I be buying Bitcoin? And honestly, I got PTSD from this, because every single time my friends text me, should I be buying Bitcoin, is usually a top signal. So I don't want my audience to get wrecked. I said it several times before, I'm 100% spot long, because I believe that Bitcoin is going to go up to $100,000 to $200,000 in the coming 1 to 2 years. But I am also okay if Bitcoin drops down to 10k right now. I am mentally okay with it, but I know that some people aren't. So you have to be prepared for Bitcoin to potentially still drop down to $20,000 or $30,000 and then go up towards the next big bull run, because that is usually what happens. You get fooled, you get absolutely hammered. And honestly, you have to be mentally prepared for that if you are in this game. Then also, the last thing I really want to be saying here is that the 2-week RSI is going in overbought conditions. And historically speaking, this only happens. Maybe we are in a bull market, but this is very interesting to be seeing. But I do want to be taking all the signals very seriously, but also this signal right. Don't want to be a bear, but I want to take it very serious. Fear and greed index sitting right now. Let me quickly refresh it. They're in 72. So we're definitely in the greedy territory. And then, of course, another bullish catalyst. If Qatar's sovereign wealth fund is really going to be stepping into Bitcoin, honestly, I think we're going to be pushing up to $200,000 within no time. So yeah, it really depends on who's going to be stepping in. I'm very convinced that Bitcoin is going to hit new all-time highs anytime soon. If it's really going to be happening before the halving, we are entering a super cycle. And if that were to be happening, expect targets around like maybe $300,000 or $400,000 for Bitcoin. It really depends on how it's going to be playing out here. The Bitcoin halving is only 130 days away from now on. Get ready for that here. I'm looking forward towards it. But guys, thank you so much for watching towards this amazing new update video here on the channel. I hope I educated you guys a little bit here, a little bit more. But with that being said, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.